You're sitting right next to them. Same couch, same room, same bed. But it's been weeks since they actually looked at you. No more fights. No more "we need to talk." No more tears. Just quiet. And you've been telling yourself, "We finally found our rhythm." What if the quiet isn't peace? What if the quiet is the warning? The most dangerous moment in a relationship isn't the loudest fight you ever had. It's the day they stopped fighting at all. Today, I'm walking you through the 4 silent stages of the walkway syndrome. And by the end, you'll know exactly which stage you're in. Stay with me. This one matters. We've all been told the dangerous relationships are the loud ones, the screaming, the slammed doors. But that's wrong. Conflict can be repaired. Indifference almost never is. When someone is angry, they're still invested. When someone goes quiet, they've already started to leave. In psychology, this is called emotional withdrawal. The moment the cost of being present exceeds the cost of disconnecting. They don't schedule a talk. They don't write a note. They just quietly stop showing up while still sitting next to you. When was the last time you felt them really listen to you? When was the last time you really listened to them? If you have to think too hard to answer either one, you may already be in the quiet. Before you text them right now, before you plan the dinner reservation or the apology speech, you need to hear this first. If you try to fix it at the wrong stage, you don't save it. You speed up the exit. Think of it like a phone battery. Every time they tried to talk and you brushed it off, the battery dropped 5%. Every time they cried and you called it too much, another 5%. For years, they ran at 20%, then 10%. Now they're at 0. You can't jumpstart a battery that no longer holds a charge. At this point, they're not angry. They're not begging. They've done the math. They know the rent. They've pictured the custody schedule, the split holidays. They've practiced being alone in their head 100 times. On paper, they're still with you. In reality, they left a long time ago. Which stage is your relationship in right now? Let me walk you through all 4. Stage 1, protest. The nagging phase, the "can we please talk" phase. They bring it up, they push, they argue, they say they feel alone, even when you're right there. This is actually the healthiest stage. They still believe things can change. Stage 2, despair. The crying phase, the "I don't know if this is working" conversations. They've lost confidence, but they haven't given up hope. This is the last real window. Repair is still emotionally possible here. Stage 3, detachment. The quiet phase, the one most people mistake for peace. They stop asking, stop complaining, stop expecting. Not because they're fine, but because they've checked out to survive. Physically present, mentally gone. Stage 4, decision invisible, because now they seem calm. No drama, just planning, new hobbies, more time elsewhere, longer nights out. They're not rebuilding the relationship. They're rebuilding a life without you in it. The twist. Most people only start trying to change during stage 3 or 4, and as someone who is already detached, your sudden effort doesn't feel like love. It feels like panic. You only care now that your comfort is threatened. That realization that you only showed up when you had something to lose is often the final door closing. Most people ask, "How do I fix this?" That's the wrong question. The right question is there anything left to fix? If you're the partner who stayed, who didn't check out, you need to understand something uncomfortable. Your sudden change doesn't feel like love to them. It feels like a threat to the peace they finally found. They stopped hurting because they stopped caring. Your effort now feels like pressure. Your presence feels like a reminder of every time you didn't show up. So if there is a path back, it doesn't start with a grand gesture. It starts with a completely different strategy. Don't ask what's wrong that forces them to explain years of pain. Say this instead. I've noticed you've stopped sharing your day with me. I realize I haven't been a safe place for your thoughts. I'm sorry. No accusation. Man, no demand. Just an open door with no pressure to walk through it. Every instinct says, chase. Don't. To someone in stage 3 or 4, chasing doesn't feel like love. It feels like a hunt. Give them space. Let them see if they miss the connection or if they simply enjoy the quiet. Both answers are data. Real change is not a bouquet of flowers on Sunday. It's 90 days of consistent, boring, reliable behavior. Showing up when it's inconvenient. Listening when you'd rather talk. You have to prove the new you isn't a performance. Because they've seen the performance, they've watched it end. Sit with these. No judgment. When did the fighting stop? Did you feel relief or dread? Are they outsourcing their emotional needs somewhere else? New obsessions, new friendships, a version of their life that barely includes you. And the hardest one, if they said, I'm leaving today, would you be surprised? Or would part of you already know? Awareness is where this ends, or where it turns around. Walk-away syndrome doesn't happen overnight. It's a death by 1,000 cuts. But if you're both still under the same roof, there is a 1% chance. And sometimes that 1% is worth more than a 100% fresh start with someone else. If you've already checked out, what was your final straw? Drop it in the comments. Your story might help someone else save theirs. Share this if someone you know needed to hear it today. Subscribe, because what we talk about here, most people are too afraid to say out loud. They didn't leave all at once. They left every time you didn't listen, every time they cried, and you changed the subject, every time they needed you to show up, and you didn't. The walk-away syndrome doesn't start the day someone walks out the door. It starts the day they stop believing the door will ever open for them again. Don't wait for the moving truck to start listening to the silence. I'll see you in the next one.